Hey guys, how are you all? I was supposed to make a video a few days ago. I want to be really consistent this year. I guess I'm not too late to the party. It's only the 7th of Jan. I want to make one video this week, so I guess I'm exactly on time. So, anyways, I hope everyone's had a good year so far. 1 week into the year. How are we all? Yeah. How are we all 1 week into the year? Wait, let me just turn my fan on because it's hot in here. FYI, I live in Queensland, Australia, and it is hot. And yeah, I'm white, as you can see, and I originally lived in Melbourne, and I'm not used to heat, but I'm getting used to it. Like, for some reason, I prefer to live here. I like the heat, but then I also like in moderation. I don't know. Anyways, so I hope everyone's having a great year so far. This year's been a weird, strange start to the year for me, but I mean, like, I started off the year amazingly. I was like, what are my intentions right? Like, just had a great first day of the year, and then for a few days it's like, what is going on? Like, I feel like the last part of the last year was trying to pull me back into like who I was last year, and then I'm like, nah, this year moving forward. This year is a new year, so I'm trying to stay on top of that mentality because, yeah, it's very easy to get pulled back into old habits and into old mentalities. But yeah, this is just keep going, guys. Anyway, I wanted to make a quick video. I always want to make a quick video, but it turns into like 1 hour talk. Anyway, no, this has to be a quick video because I have like an appointment really soon. And I slept in. Like, for once I slept in. I always wake up really early. So, wow, I should get a medal. Like, this is literally, today was like the first time I ever slept in past like 12 p.m. Like, wow. And I like usually wake up like 7 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. What is going on? My body's like, you need to rest. And as you know when your body's just telling you it's time to rest, you just was like, nah, you have to rest. That's when you know you've been going at it too fast too soon. Anyways, guys, I really wanted to share this open and honest, transparent video. This is what I was going to share for like a week or more now, but I was like, procrastination, I'm doing it. Anyways, so I wanted to share with you guys what stops me from overdosing and absolutely losing my mind to my mental illness, or when I'm in a mentally unstable point in a moment in time, or moments in time where I'm just like, my mind is spiraling out of control. What stops me from, I realized from a recent experience, just before New Year's Eve, I was at a point where I wanted to overdose, and I was like, this is it, nah. And I thought I'd never get to that point again like I had years ago, because I come so far, and I was like, when you just get to, your mind is just spiraling, and you just, I don't know if you know, but there's a point for someone who struggles with depression, anxiety, and these thoughts to just grab a hold of your mind, and then it just keeps your mind going. And once you let it take control and take over, you'll completely lose control, because 1 minute, it's like a rabbit hole, and that's the hardest thing about having a mental illness or the mind, is that once you let it take over, it just takes over. So you have to be the one, you have to be bigger than your mind and set it in its tracks and be like, oh wait, no, stop. I am bigger than this. So that's what helped me in that moment, because for me to let it go, get to that point, it has to be something pretty big that happens to me. And it wasn't even massive, but it was like the fact that I let it become massive in my mind. And it was something just so insignificant as rejection. But, like, there's this quote that I always let it come to my mind. I'm like, if you live for people's acceptance, you die from their rejection. And it's so true. In that moment, I was letting someone's rejection kill me, right? And I was just like, you know what? It's not worth it. This person's rejection is not worth it. This rejection isn't worth my life. Isn't worth this. I'm so much bigger than that, and this is the one thing that kept me going in that moment, in those moments was, and this will continue to keep me going for the rest of my life, is I have been through worse. And I have been through this so many times before. And look, I am still alive. How many years later? Like, you know, when I was a kid, this is what I love about people who are like motivational speakers, or just about people who keep me going, or people who are up there and who help people get up when they're down, is that they just tell the truth and they're so open and transparent. So, you know, when I was a kid, I was molested. When I was 18, I was raped. When I was in high school, I was bullied. I was, but I'm not saying this for any other reason, but, you know, I like go through these things. I look on the past. The only reason I look on the past is to look how far I've come. And I was like, you know what? I did this, I've done through this, I've slipped up so many times, and I've been through all of this shit, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm like, I've been through this, and look, I'm still here, so why should I let this one person, this one moment, this one rejection kill me? Like, why? Like, what was it all for? I could have died so many times before now. You don't know all the things that I've been through. So many people have been through so much shit that they could have lost their lives, but they're still standing here right now. And when you wouldn't imagine the amount of times where someone has said to me, I don't know why, like, I'm still here. And I said the same thing. I said, well, there's obviously a reason, so don't give up now. And that's what I had to tell myself. I had to pull myself up in that moment and be like, yo, Emily, there's a reason why you're still here after all that. Don't let this one person's rejection, let all that shit and all those said, like, those comebacks go to waste. You're here for a reason, so don't let that get you down. So whenever something is bringing you down, remember how far you've come, and remember you can still keep going because you've gone through worse. And there's always another level in our life that we've got to beat, but don't let that any moment get you down, because you've been through so much worse than what you're going through right now. Even though in the moment it might feel like the worst thing in the world, it is not. So remember, what keeps me from overdosing, what keeps me from killing myself like I used to, just like, oh, I've got this happening to me, oh. I'm like, you know what, stop. Hey, it's not worth it. Been through far worse. It is not worth it. There is a reason you are still alive. There is a reason you are here watching this video and I'm here talking. So remember that, folks.